Today we're going through Catherine A. Sanderson's book, The Positive Shift, Mastering Mindset to Improve Happiness, Health, and Longevity. This book, backed by scientific research and real-life examples, shows us how changing our mindset can enhance our quality of life, boost happiness, and even extend our lifespan. Let's delve into the key insights from this book and learn how to apply these positive thinking strategies in our lives. Our mindset shapes how we perceive and respond to events in our lives. It not only influences our happiness and health, but can also affect our longevity. The book mentions that if we can choose a positive mindset in any situation, it can have lasting effects on our happiness, health, and lifespan. We often use mental shortcuts in our thinking, usually without realizing it. For instance, when we're told a bottle of wine costs $90, we believe it tastes better than a $10 bottle, even if the wines are identical. This shows that the mental shortcuts we form influence not only our perceptions, but also our behaviors fundamentally. Stereotypes can influence our behavior, a concept known in psychology as stereotype threat. When we worry about confirming a negative stereotype, our performance in specific tasks can suffer. For example, a study found that African American students performed worse on a test when told it measured their verbal skills compared to white students. Stereotypes can also affect us in more subtle ways. In a study, girls aged 4 to 7 who played with a Dr. Barbie doll had higher career aspirations compared to those who played with a Mrs. Potato Head doll. Similarly, female college students showed less interest in computer science after seeing a classroom photo with Star Trek posters. Our mindset, including our thoughts, beliefs, and expectations, determines how we view and respond to life events. Our expectations about our abilities, character, and traits influence how we handle different situations, mistakes, and failures. For example, many parents and teachers like to praise children as smart, but this label can harm their enthusiasm for learning and academic achievement. Beliefs about whether personal traits can change affect various aspects of our lives. For instance, those who think anxiety and depression levels can't change tend to experience more anxiety and depression symptoms than those who don't hold this belief. Our views on aging also influence our cognitive performance and physical health. People with higher levels of self-compassion tend to fare better in the face of negative events. They experience lower levels of anxiety and depression and are more optimistic and happier about the future. The self-compassion scale can help us assess whether we blame ourselves when things go wrong. Our physiological stress response is designed to help us handle extreme situations, but constantly activating this response in daily life increases the incidence of stress-related diseases. Stanford neuroscientist Robert Sapolsky points out that the primary cause of stress-related illnesses is the frequent activation of our stress response systems, which should only be triggered in life-threatening situations. The placebo effect refers to symptom relief resulting from the mere expectation or belief that an intervention will be effective. Studies show that placebo treatments can impact almost every organ system and have significant effects on various conditions, such as chest pain, arthritis, and hay fever. How we perceive stress significantly affects our physical health. Those who view stress as harmful have higher cortisol levels, which can lead to hypertension and other cardiovascular diseases over time. People who approach life positively are not only happier, but also healthier in nearly every aspect, with fewer physical symptoms, faster recovery after surgery, and lower disease incidence. Older adults may experience some decline in fluid intelligence, but they score higher on crystallized intelligence. Older adults' memory issues are often influenced by stereotypes about aging. Reminding them of age-related stereotypes can significantly reduce their performance on memory tests. Simple changes in wording can help older adults perform better in the face of stereotypes. Challenging these stereotypes can help people form more positive and realistic views of aging. Older adults can change their perceptions by recalling role models who achieved success in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s. People who live to 100 usually lead independent lives, eat lots of vegetables and legumes, consume little meat, drink in moderation, and don't smoke. The 5 regions with the highest number of centenarians emphasize spending most of their time in social circles and have strong religious and spiritual beliefs, which help reduce stress. Those with positive beliefs about aging tend to live longer. In Sardinia, Okinawa, and Ikaria, people don't have a concept of retirement. Positive expectations about aging indeed pay off, as these individuals recover from stress more quickly and don't experience increased negative emotions. Challenge negative and inaccurate views about aging, for example, through attribution retraining strategies to rethink the meaning of aging. Participate in group exercises that include strength, endurance, and flexibility training. Changing how we view aging can significantly increase physical activity levels. It's crucial to invest time and energy into people and things you find meaningful. Volunteer for causes you care about: environmental conservation, animal rescue, political advocacy. Spend time with close family and friends. Plan regular activities like attending performances or movies, trying new restaurants, playing golf, or traveling with children or grandchildren. People with positive personalities can find a silver lining in any situation, while others may not see it right away. Positive thinkers have better mental resilience, experience less anxiety and depression, and handle life's challenges more effectively. Positive individuals face and address stressors head-on. They sit down and make a plan for each task. Optimists recover faster from surgery because they seek information to prepare themselves for the next steps, aiding their pre-op and post-op recovery. Optimists focus on what they can control and don't dwell on sadness and regret. This ability to let go helps maintain a positive outlook, especially in situations beyond their control. Genes partially determine personality. Some people naturally adopt a positive mindset. Studies suggest that genes may account for 50% of our happiness. Genes also help explain why some people thrive in difficult environments while others succumb to negative thoughts. One relatively easy way to change your mindset and increase happiness is to focus on the positives rather than the negatives in daily challenges. For example, if you're stuck at the airport, use the time to call a friend or read a good book. If you find yourself ruminating over a conflict with a friend or trouble at work, try to identify and accept these negative thoughts and feelings, then move on. Happiness is contagious. When we're around happy people, we also become happier. If someone has a happy friend living within a mile of their home, their happiness increases by 25%. The teen suicide rate in Palo Alto is 4 to 5 times the national average, with academic pressure being a significant factor. Social comparison also affects our happiness. People in affluent countries are more prone to harmful social comparisons, and the larger the gap between desires and reality, the worse people feel. We often make erroneous comparisons without knowing the true circumstances of others' lives. Even perceiving a difference where none exists can have negative consequences. Technology can also decrease happiness. The more frequently people use the internet, the higher their rates of loneliness and depression. The more time people spend on Facebook, the less happy they are. B.J. Miller, who lost both legs and his left arm in an accident, faced life positively and became a doctor. He believes that experiencing trauma forces us to rethink ourselves and the world. Psychologists describe this as post-traumatic growth, where significant positive changes occur after major life crises. After overcoming adversity, we can better enjoy simple pleasures. Adversity seems to enhance our ability to savor joy. People who have faced more negative life events are better able to empathize with those in need and are more likely to donate. Longitudinal studies show significant personality changes, including increased sociability, reliability, and pro-social behavior among many whose spouses died of lung cancer. Adversity enhances resilience, the ability to adaptively and effectively cope with negative events. We can practice to better recover from adversity, while those who avoid hardship miss the chance to develop this skill. Humans can adapt even to intolerable situations. Dr. William Petit remarried and established a foundation in memory of his wife and 2 daughters after their tragic deaths. Over time, we can find happiness again. If you're facing a significant loss, it can be challenging to feel happy. However, noticing small joys in daily life can bring a very different experience. Loneliness and grief can hinder finding happiness after a significant loss. Those who build connections, especially with people who understand loss, can better cope and rediscover happiness. Even in the face of terrible tragedies, we can benefit others in many ways. For example, Amy Anderson decided to donate her breast milk to help premature babies. the Krim family established the Lulu and Leo Fund to provide art and science programs for disadvantaged children. Sue Klebold published a book and donated all proceeds to support mental health and suicide prevention charities. Adequate sleep improves mental health, reducing levels of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. Sleep-deprived people are more irritable and prone to making mistakes in thinking and memory. Lack of sleep also harms our physical health. Reading helps us feel connected to others, even if it's just with characters in books. Reading, especially fiction, can enhance our empathy and social skills. Reading may even extend our lifespan. Exercise benefits not only health, but also thinking and memory abilities, even reducing the risk of dementia. Regular exercise is also beneficial for our mental health. Sex can make you happy. Studies show a strong positive correlation between sexual frequency and happiness. However, the frequency of sex itself isn't necessarily the key to happiness. People with religious or spiritual beliefs, regardless of their creed, have higher happiness and life satisfaction. Religious activities are associated with better physical health, including lower rates of cancer, heart disease, and stroke. Meditation practice helps us control our thoughts and focus on the present. Meditation can significantly impact mental health and improve physical health. Changing how you think about a behavior can help you form a new habit. The language you use to think and talk about a behavior significantly impacts your ability to stick to a change. The hardest part of changing behavior is starting a new routine. Identify the change you want to make, then create a specific plan for how you'll stick to this behavior next week. Merely having technology around creates an expectation from friends, colleagues, and family that we're always available. This constant demand can create enormous stress. Nature can spark creativity, reduce stress, and increase productivity. For example, Amazon's headquarters, with over 40,000 employees, still allows them to walk through dense forests and observe flowing streams indoors. Seeing, hearing, or even thinking about nature makes people feel more energetic, calm, and vibrant. Walking on the beach, strolling through blooming gardens, and listening to birdsong all make people feel better. Living in natural environments significantly reduces anxiety and depression levels and increases overall life satisfaction. Even brief exposure to nature can bring moments of happiness. People living in greener neighborhoods have lower risks of chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and lipid disorders. Those close to nature also have lower hypertension symptoms. Longitudinal studies provide strong evidence that being close to nature can extend our lifespan. Integrate nature into your daily life in various forms, such as taking walks, adding plants to your home and office, and playing nature sounds while driving or cleaning. Gardening is an excellent way to reduce stress and give your brain a break. Gardening also offers health benefits, including reduced depression and anxiety and improved life satisfaction. Watching water flow helps calm the body, lower arousal levels, reduce heart rate and blood pressure, and increase hormones like serotonin and endorphins, making us feel good. Money can't buy happiness. Higher income doesn't increase happiness, and more income only brings a certain level of emotional well-being. People with higher levels of materialism have significantly lower life satisfaction, are more prone to depression, and experience more physical discomfort. Materialism even leads to lower marital satisfaction. Spending money on life experiences brings more lasting happiness than spending on material goods. Anticipating upcoming experiences is more enjoyable, and reliving those experiences has a more powerful effect. Giving can increase our happiness, improve health, and even extend lifespan. Any form of giving, from donating to charities to giving blood in the community, is valuable. The more money people spend on others, the happier they become. Happiness isn't linked to personal spending, meaning things we buy for ourselves don't measure our happiness. Giving is great, but giving while interacting with others is even better. Those who use gift cards to buy things for others and spend time with them at Starbucks have the highest happiness levels. When we give voluntarily, we benefit greatly. Those required to give, such as students mandated to volunteer by schools, don't experience the same emotional boost from helping others. Acts of kindness, especially for those in distress, are meaningful. For example, after my mother's death, I realized how difficult Mother's Day and Father's Day are for those who lost their parents. So I sent an email to all my friends who had experienced such a loss, letting them know I was thinking of them. For some, this might mean donating to environmental causes, while for others, it could be donating to animal rescue organizations, political action committees, or local shelters. One crucial point about expressing gratitude is not to let your thank you message become a eulogy. For example, one of the most influential people in my life was my 7th and 8th grade English teacher, Eugene Dougherty. Dougherty served in World War II and lost his right arm in the Battle of Iwo Jima. Unfortunately, I learned the value of gratitude letters too late. After hearing about Dougherty's passing, I wrote a thank you letter to his widow. Laura Karstensen realized the importance of relationships after a car accident. During her recovery, she understood that what truly matters is other people. She said, "The most important thing in my life is other people." After recovering from the accident, she began studying the impact of relationships on happiness. The biggest predictor of life satisfaction is the quality of relationships. Harvard professor Daniel Gilbert noted, "We are happiest when we have family and friends. Almost everything else we do is just a means to get more family and friends." Dr. George Vaillant also pointed out that happiness has 2 pillars. One is love. The other is finding a way to cope with life that does not push love away. Happy people spend more time talking with others, not just chit-chatting, but having meaningful, substantial conversations. Compared to the least happy people, the happiest spend 25% less time alone, 70% more time talking to others, have twice as many substantive conversations, and only 1/3 as much small talk. Meaningful conversations allow us to present our authentic selves. When we talk to close people, they recognize us and allow us to be our true selves, making us feel good. Relationships enable us to share positive life experiences, making these good things feel even better. We call people who care about us to share good news, like job opportunities, college acceptances, dates, and newborns. Happiness follows a U-shaped curve throughout life. It peaks in youth, dips in middle age, and rises again between ages 60 and 80. Older adults know what truly matters, letting go of casual, less intimate relationships and focusing time and energy on those they truly value. People with strong social connections are healthier, with lower blood pressure, body mass index, and stronger immune systems. They engage in healthier behaviors, recover faster from surgery, and are less likely to develop chronic diseases like cardiovascular disease. Long-term loneliness increases cortisol, a stress hormone, levels, raising blood pressure and damaging the immune system. Only high-quality relationships can increase happiness, improve health, and extend lifespan. Unhappy marriages are more likely to cause depression than satisfying relationships or being single. Those most unhappy in their marriages are more than twice as likely to suffer from depression as those satisfied with their marriages. Poor relationships harm our mental health, and married people with ambivalent feelings toward their spouses, both positive and negative, have worse physical health, including higher rates of hypertension. Put your phone away and focus on the conversation. Spending time with your spouse or friends while everyone is busy on their phones is not quality time. Any conversation where a phone is on the table or in hand will be rated lower. Get a pet, preferably a dog. Pet owners are less lonely, have higher self-esteem, and are more extroverted, which brings greater happiness. Dog owners live longer. A 12-year study found that dog owners had a 20% lower risk of death and a 23% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease. Good relationships seem simple and easy, but require time, energy, effort, conflict, and compromise. No matter your genes or life circumstances, we can improve our quality of life and extend our lifespan. The path to happiness varies for each person. For some, it may mean changing their worldview, having more positive expectations about aging, restructuring major and minor stressors in daily life, and recognizing that social media's perfect images don't reflect real life. For others, it may mean changing their behavior, starting and sticking to an exercise routine, spending money on experiences rather than material items, and spending more time with close friends. Learn methods to change your mindset, find what works best for you, and focus on practicing it without worrying about other methods. Happiness is contagious. Once you do things that increase your happiness, Your good mood will infect those around you, increasing their happiness. Happy people see the world more positively, handle daily stressors calmly, and know when to pause and enjoy life. These behaviors spread happiness to others, creating a continuous ripple effect. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.